feels like every time I step on the track, there's something new to learn. And even though I've been running for 10 years, I'm bound to make mistakes in this journey, and the real test of improvement is how do I respond to those mistakes and continue moving forward. This past weekend, we ran at Vanderbilt University for the Music City Challenge, and there were definitely some lessons learned. My first event of the meet was the mile on Friday, and going into this race, I really didn't feel that fire underneath me to get after it and really put myself in it. When the gun went off, I put myself in the back of the pack, and I got dragged along to another 4:09 mile. If I'd put myself in the mix in this race, it would have probably been the race of a lifetime. But I was timid, and I didn't take any real chances. I finished the race, reflected, and realized I didn't execute well. The following day, I was set to run the 3K, and I was determined to make something more of the experience. But in the time leading up to the race, I still felt that same feeling like I did in the mile. I was timid, and I didn't really know if I'd be able to grit it out how I wanted to. I knew I had to shift my mentality somehow, and with the clock counting down to race time, I remembered one word: gratitude. I realized just moments before the 3K started that the reason I didn't do well in the mile was because I had a lack of gratitude for the opportunity. So when I stepped on the line for the 3K, I was just grateful for the chance to be there, and I knew I didn't want to make the same mistake I made in the mile. With this new feeling of gratitude, it eased my tension, and it allowed me to run more freely. When the gun went off, I shot to the front and sat behind the pacer. I knew if I wanted to give myself a fighting chance in this race, I needed to put myself up toward the front, so I took the risk early, because how many more times would I get to do this? The pace got out pretty slow, which meant it was going to be a sit and kick race at the end, but I wasn't thinking about the times. I was in the zone, and I was racing. Throughout the event, I moved from 2nd place to 7th to 5th and finally finished in 4th with a season best time of 8:18. It wasn't my fastest time ever, but I was grateful for the opportunity to step on the track and take some chances. In retrospect, I think I played it a little bit too conservatively, and I could have done a little better. But like I said,